Hello, hello, and good morning. Welcome back to Essence of a New Tarot, where I do these readings every single day. So today I was only called to pull from 5 decks. Usually I do more, but the first today was the Akashic Records deck. I will pull one from there, and then I will follow up with a message from Alice. I will then pull a few tarot cards. We will pull an inner wisdom card, and we will end today with an angel number. So some of you guys might be seeing sequences and patterns of numbers. There could be messages there for you from your angels. Having said that, keep in mind that we all live different lives and lifestyles, and we perceive things differently. So not everything you hear and see today will resonate with you. I just ask that you take with you what does, leave behind what doesn't for the next person. As I like to say, if it doesn't fit, do not shove it in. Alrighty, so I'm going to pause and find my bell. Okay, so I found the bell. Today will be a collective and general reading. It is timeless. So without further ado, I will go ahead and call in spirit and open up today's reading. Okay, so I got the image of a shovel. Very interesting. So some of you might resonate with the image of a shovel. I don't know who that's for. All right, Spirit. What Akashic Record Oracle card are we meant to hear today? What Akashic Record Oracle card is the collective meant to hear today? Oh, a couple of them wanting to come out already. Let's see. Of course, that always happens. So I'm going to take Let It Go, because it's the only one that was face up on my lap. Let it go is the message today. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you. You can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. So some of you might be resonating with the image on that card. Now, I know the collective energy has really been about forgiveness and releasing expectations and letting things go over the last couple weeks in the readings. So I think that that's literally what we are being asked to do at this point is, you know, let go. Let it go. All the pain, all the resentment, all the need for what we feel, the need for revenge, like we want them to feel exactly what we're feeling. It's time to just let that go, because as I've said it before, you're only keeping yourself in that pain. You're keeping yourself anchored to the past. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So let it go. So as I was picking up the rest of the cards on the floor after reading the Let It Go, I kept getting this impression that some of you may be having a hard time letting go because you still are attached in ways that normally we don't really think about, but you're still attached with cell phones being in the same name. Maybe you guys have cell phones that are together. Maybe you have car insurance. Maybe you have bills that are still linked together. That's keeping you having to communicate. That's keeping you having to communicate with someone that you're really trying to let go of. So I guess what I'm getting from this is, you know, we have to look at the whole big picture. We can't just in our mindset say, okay, I've left, I've moved out, I've let go, and then still have all these things that are attached to that person. So what I'm getting is you need to completely let go, which means cut all cords. Cut all cords with this person. If every time you speak to them, if every time you think of situations, it's bringing you to a place of pain, it's time to move forward and just snip it, baby. Snip it. Snip that cord. It's not doing you any good keeping you anchored. Go get your own phone. Go get your own car insurance. Go get your own lease. Whatever the situation is, and I know it's easier said than done sometimes because, you know, everything takes time. Make sure that you're putting the energy into letting it go. Make sure that you're trying to cut those cords. If you're just waiting around, waiting for it to happen, it's not going to happen, and that's going to keep you in direct communication because you are still attached to that person in some way. All right, Alice, what message do you have What message do you have today for the collective on letting it go and cutting cords and removing yourself from bad energy, negative energy, things that hurt you, things that bring you harm? Anything, Alice? All right. So Alice is saying, it's always tea time and you are rare and free. So it's always tea time. This is about endless moments. I'm getting the feeling of like time, eternity here. Like, so what I'm getting from this is you've been in this cycle for a while, you know, collective, you have been in this cycle for quite some time now. And it has felt like an eternity. And no matter what you do, it's like you can't get out. You can't get out of the cycle. There are not many people like you either. You are very rare. You're rare in the sense of your compassion and empathy is what I'm getting. You have this compassion, this empathy, it's almost like a healing energy. Like being around you, people feel better. Just being in your presence, they feel good. You know, and there's not many people like that. And the place where you were at, it felt like no matter what, that was always being sucked dry. Like you were being left depleted with nothing. And you would sit there and it was like an endless eternity of you slowly getting that light back, getting that energy back, and then it being depleted again. It was constant. It was over and over and over. Until you left. And for those of you that haven't yet, and you know, you think that you're thinking about it, really, I don't want to tell you to let it go and jump and just cut that cord because it's different for everybody. But if you're really thinking about doing this, look at the big picture. Look at everything that you have attached with this person or people or whatever it is, and then start to cut away. Put things back to you. That's what it is. Put everything back into you. If it's you getting your own phone, you getting your own car insurance, you getting your own lease, whatever it is, put the energy into you because that's where it's meant to be. You need to let go of everything else that is not a priority for you. Okay, what is helping you out? What is going to get you to where you need to go? What is going to get you feeling better? You know, every time that you're communicating with this person or having to talk to them, you're putting yourself right back into that pain because you're talking about past, you're bringing up past. I mean, we all know how it works. When you're breaking up with someone, you're leaving them, you're still attached in so many ways. It's a constant argument until it's severed. And that's where I'm going with this. So put the energy into you, becoming who you are, and getting your life together. You know, it's really important, really important. All right. What tarot cards are we getting today, Spirit? What tarot cards are we getting today? So the first one we have is the King of Pentacles. So this is wealth, business, leadership. This is being secure and disciplined. This is everything that you want. You want to stand in your own energy. You want to be secure in your own success, your own independence, your own wealth, prosperity, abundance, you know, generosity. That is that is you. That is your generous spirit. You may not always have wealth to do it with or money to do it with, but you do it with your energy. You give it unconditionally. You're like an unconditional light healer in a sense. You walk into a room, people feel better. You work with them, they feel better. It's just, that is you. And you are generous with that because that's you. That's your authentic truth. That's who you are. You can't change it. It's just how it is. But what I feel this card is really about is taking leadership for you. You know, putting that energy back into you so that you become this person because this is who you are. You know, you're meant to be successful. You're meant to have wealth and abundance. You just got to let it go, all the past, and move forward and put that energy into you, into creating something beautiful. Queen of Swords. This is you. Again, you know, independent. having clear boundaries, directly communicating with people. You know, I feel like a lot of times you were kind of a pushover. You just let people, you adapted. You adapted to the needs and wants of others. You're not that person anymore. You've seen how that affected you in the past. You saw how that took from you constantly, you know, until you were depleted. You don't want that anymore. You're clear-minded. You have a new perspective. You know, you're goal-oriented. You know what it is you want. You want to be this person. And you can. Let go. Focus on you. Put that energy into you. One more tarot card for today's reading. Spirit, what else? What is the outcome here? What is the outcome? What is the possible outcome that we are looking for the collective? What energy do we want them to move into? Because you've already got some great energy here. All right. So the first thing I got right here is we did get multiple priorities. So I feel like you feel like you're juggling too much right now, which could be because it's not just you. You're still in the communication with this other person that you have attachments with. I just see attachments. I don't know what they are. They're just like cords. They're like little strings that I see, like you two are attached. And those are the ones that we kind of want to get rid of, because you want to be on your own. You want to put all the energy into yourself. You've been adaptable for too long, and you've been balancing decisions for way too long. It's time to choose you is what I'm getting from this. Then we're getting the King of Wands. This is great because this is action energy. Like, I feel like now you're taking that action. You're coming into that natural leader that you are. You have a vision. You have a dream. This is your creative side. Put that energy into there. You know, you're seeing a big picture here. You've overcome so many challenges, and you're career focused. You want that King of Pentacles. You want that Queen of Swords energy. Like, you are moving into the best possible version of yourself, and the only thing that's going to hold you back is you. All right. That's literally what I'm getting from this. You are moving into all of these energies. You know what it is that you want. You know how to get there. You know what it is you have to do. It's just doing it. So let go. Let go of the life that no longer serves you, and move into one that's about you, that's about your dreams, about your creativity, about your wants, your needs. That's what you need to do. You know? All right, let's see what the inner wisdom card is for today. What inner wisdom card are we getting today for the collective? This one? You sure? Be realistic. Get your head out of the clouds and begin seeing things the way they really and truly are. Walking through life wearing rose-colored glasses only leads to pain, embarrassment, and loss. So, again, you have to be serious about this. Be realistic about what it is you want, where you're putting your energy, your focus. You know, it's okay to have dreams, but make sure that you are doing everything you can to get there. You know, don't say, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then put in minimal effort and then think that it's going to come, because that is not being realistic. And I'm kind of stern about that, because that's how it's coming in. Like, I feel like you have like this dreamy fantasy type of picture of everything. Like, or it's not more of a dreamy fantasy. It's the way that you view it should be. Like, I guess everything should be roses, coming up roses in a sense. But it's not. You know, that's not the way the world is. So be realistic with what it is that your dreams are, where you're putting your energy, and what goals that you wish to attain, okay? Because you have to set realistic goals in order to attain them. And I think you know exactly what I mean by realistic goals. I mean, finding the first unicorn, I don't think is going to be a realistic goal. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible in this world. But is that something that you're really going to put your time into? Probably not, because you could spend a lot of time, an eternity of time, like Alice was saying earlier, and not get anywhere. So just be realistic. Make sure it is, you know what it is you want, where your thoughts are leaving you. Be very mindful of your thoughts. Stay positive, stay focused. And let's see what we're getting for an angel number today. All right. What message does the angels have for you today, collective? Oh, that one fell right out. 222. 2222. Lots of twos here. Stick to it. Persistence, patience, progress, steadfast, goal, manifestation, preparation. Be realistic with your goals. Choose a path and stick to it. Making slow and steady progress, this card signifies the need for patience and consistent effort while working towards a significant goal or manifestation. Ensure that all aspects of your plan are organized and aligned. Your angels want you to ask yourself, what path are you currently following, and how can you stay committed and make steady progress towards your goals? Review your current plans and ensure everything is in order. Take one actionable step today towards your goal and commit to making consistent progress, no matter how small. Beautiful message here. Stay out of the clouds, make realistic goals, and stick to them. Keep putting your energy into them. I feel like a lot of times you don't always follow through, and that could be part of the issue. What's keeping you anchored back that you're not following all the way through? It's time for you to see the big picture. All right, guys. I hope today has been a good reading for you. It's all about letting go of the fantasy and letting go of the attachments where we're attached to other people, and finding and claiming our independence by being independent. Okay, guys? I love each and every one of you. Thank you again for coming and joining me this morning. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. It does not cost you a thing. It does help the channel, and it helps me connect to you guys better. All right? Have a blessed day. I love each and every one of you unconditionally. See you tomorrow.